Yeah, we are in the place of
Welcome back to Hearts of Iron. This is Razakius, and we are playing as South Africa, currently in South America, working on finishing out the easy parts. Not so easy, but the little bits and pieces that are left around Brazil area. We were able to fill in all the... Brazil had Yeah, it was Brazil. Brazil had a few pieces left in here, and the UK decided to try to make an advance in here, so I was able to pincer those guys out, and I was also able to kill off a little bit of France that was here. So we're left with the Netherlands here, which we will dispatch fairly quickly. It looks like... This is interesting. Who is this? Neo-Ottoman Empire is making a stab at Northern Ireland, which is kind of interesting. Germany seems completely out of the war by now. Like, they keep on taking up pieces of... Like, I suspect that they are actually asking for controls of these states, and that's how they're taking these giant pieces of the Neo-Ottoman Empire, most of which this was the Neo-Ottomans, and they're not at war with each other. They're allies. Neo-Ottoman Empire is part of the Fascists, so it's kind of interesting that Germany is taking it over. It looks like Italy is losing even more of Free France. Actually, it looks like they're making a stab at trying to get it back, but UK... I imagine this is just part of the effort, because this used to be part of the UK. Is going back in there. Free India is still a thing. Wait, Free India? It's not the Raj anymore. They're now fascist, but they're still part of the Allies. That's interesting. A lot of the infrastructure that I was working on has gotten completed. We'll notice here... all of this is up to 10, so we're slowly going to make the rest of Africa a 10, which should move the supply a lot quicker over to Brazil. We also started construction of infrastructure in the Amazon as well. Let's go ahead and fill this up too. Right now, most everything is coming through Rio de Janeiro. I'm not sure if that's going to change now that we got some pieces up here. I'm not sure at all. It might. We're going to try to pincer what is basically remaining here of the Netherlands so that none of these guys can go off and help somewhere else. United States has one stuck in here too, so this might be a good little boom. There have been little battles being fought in North America. Looks like we have the Ottoman Empire trying to take over parts of Canada. There was also... Oh, United States took over Newfoundland away from the United Kingdom. That's interesting. And we have Spain over here also took over a piece of Newfoundland. Spain, for a little bit, had Washington, D.C., which is also pretty impressive. Like I said, Germany seems completely out of this war at this point. I don't entirely know what's going on with Germany. Let's take a look at the percentages. Germany has probably got the lion's share of the percentage here. Let's sort this by percentage. Yep, Germany has the lion's share, 32. Japan has 23. And I am down at 8. I wonder if factories and such... How is this... Occupation is at 1003, and 159 casualties. The occupation for them is at 976, but they've had more casualties. That seems stupid. They've had more casualties... So I must suffer, and they have. They've lost 5 million to my less than 1 million. I am starting to run out of manpower to train with, and I am considering doing something about that. We failed that attempt, but let's pincer them, see if that works. We did decide to open up a trade route with Sweden for steel. Sweden had a little bit of steel, not much, but a little bit, so I decided to go for it. Spain has some steel as well, so I'm going to go and take that. Actually, is it? I only want 2 because it's not worth it otherwise. So that increases my steel a little bit. It's still probably not enough to really do any damage in this area, but steel is steel. Helping out is good. Oh my gosh. We're still not taking this, huh? Let's try that. We'll add in a third side. Or maybe it is taking. Maybe it's just taking time. I don't know. Is this a province? It's all one. So we do probably want to increase one of the docks in this area. Naval base. Let's do this one. Because it's a little bit closer to this area. We're next probably going to be going after Colombia. Colombia isn't in the war right now. But they are helping out Australia with a land lease. And this opens up Panama. Now Panama is also helping Australia, apparently. Everybody's helping Australia, but there's also this little bit of the this little bit of Italy. Italy, you bastards. So Italy has taken over the little bit of the United States on the Panama Canal. Interesting. Maybe I won't take that road then. That'll just be a waste of troops. I thought it'd be pretty handy for me if I could take over Panama, but at this point, maybe not. So we do have this little part of United Kingdom over here, right next to Guatemala. I don't think any of these guys are in the war at all. It's interesting. Italy has one side of Jamaica, the other side is, I think this is Jamaica, United States. Looks like Italy and Japan have taken off most of the Caribbean. This is still United Kingdom, but it looks like Japan is on that. Japan is making a stab at Florida. Let's take a look at the United States here. So we kind of want to get to Kentucky, or Tennessee, to get this steel. Maybe. So I think it's probably a good idea to come in here, take this United Kingdom piece, and use that to station out of to go after Louisiana. Now, once we get Louisiana, we could try cutting up to Tennessee. If we can get Tennessee, I think a lot of our problems for steel will be gone. This sounds like a pretty good plan. Let's go ahead and finish this off. And let's get these guys going. There is a port here, so that's good. I think I'm only going to send 2 over. Let's do him from here. And then for the other one, the other guys, once we're done here, I'll start up towards Louisiana with the 24. Let's take a look at the naval situation here, because they are going to have to go through all of this. Holy cow! Oh, this is airplane. Whew. I was worried. Okay, so we do own pretty much all of the Atlantic Ocean at this point. And most of the Indian, which is good. I want to take a look at Australia, because last I saw, Japan was losing it. And it looks about the same. I'm surprised Japan didn't go after Alaska. They have this really narrow gap. They could really take over Alaska pretty easily, I would think. But they aren't doing it. Everything is just so slow in these. I'm hoping that once I get to the States, it's gonna go a lot quicker. I think it will. How is our... So let's go back over here and turn this on. Yep. The blue is slowly taking over, which is amazing. Do I want to... We have this queued up pretty far. I think I'm going to turn this up in priority quite a bit while everybody goes and gets ready. Oops. I wish there was a, like, you could put it to the 5th spot or something like that. Yeah, I think that's going to be good enough. Actually, I'm going to put it above these other things here. The fix-em-ups. Because the fixing will actually get repaired by itself. And I don't mind that we go ahead and raise the infrastructure in Africa before we start upping the British Guyana naval port. So this is complete. So now we can... We're going to start you there. And we're going to take over New Orleans. Actually, yeah, we'll go after New Orleans. And that'll take a little bit of time. We're up to 11 Marines. We really only... I think I'm going to drop Marines. Yeah, cancel that. Cancel this one. And we'll just get one more. Maybe later we can do more, but for now I think just one is going to be good. I don't think we need more than that. Just to double check that we actually have that. We do. Wow. I'm pretty sure most of that has got to be Japan. Japan's likely got a very strong fleet of ships. So, the Marines are ready. There are no units assigned to this order. Really? Nobody is ready. Okay. Well then. That didn't work out well at all. Okay. They were still concentrated on the stupidity of that middle area. And now the problem is that there's not a lot of supply here, so they're going to be resistant to going in. Because that's always really the problem that we have. Let's try to force it. Those guys can wait a little bit. I'm not in that much of a hurry for the infantry to make it all the way up here. The other two, I really kind of want to get going because I want them to have plenty of time to go take over the United Kingdom portion. So let's take a look. Make sure there's not any down there. Nope. We did a good job for the most part getting everything up here. It's just so slow. So let's see. Now this really increased our aluminum. When we started going after South America, I think we were like at -3 or -4, not too far into aluminum. And now we're at +273. We have so much rubber, aluminum, and steel that or not steel, tungsten, that we don't really know what to do with it at this point. Because these three had a ton of aluminum on them. Just tons. We did also, in the break, between the episodes, I went ahead and closed the economy in another attempt to try to keep whatever steel we had within within our hands rather than someone else's. It does actually look like Italy's making some ground here. I give Italy credit for going back and taking care of their own land a little bit here. They did grab 3 provinces out of South America, but I don't think they have anything, so I don't think we really lost much. Oh, they had a little bit of rubber. It's probably a lot of bit of rubber actually, but it's not, that wasn't a big deal for me. It would be kind of cool if I could see how much everybody is producing. If you look, you can see how much is being exported. The United States is exporting 115 aluminum. And let's see, Sweden is exporting 151 steel, and all of it is being taken by someone. That's pretty impressive. Very impressive. 25 days for that guy. He doesn't have his people there. And he doesn't have his people there. But this guy seems pretty appeased, which is kind of strange. We're pretty close to having these guys in the right place. They just have to cross this river, and they should be good. The tanks are going to be a little bit more time spent. Wow. Am I trading that much? I had 30... I thought I had 45 civilian factories before, and now I'm down to 32. I've lost 13. I wonder if that's because of damage, because like South Australia is completely overtaken. Actually, it looks like it's better now. Interesting. I don't know why, but they seem happier. Very weird. I have the horsies supposedly going to keep them mollified, but they're not actually doing much. They're kind of just sitting at the harbor, and I don't understand what the deal with that is. Is there infrastructure? 7 out of each. That's not terrible, and their supply coming in fairly well. It's actually coming in from that side, which is strange. Why would it come all the way around the Cape here into that side? I do think that yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. That's really strange. Why would it do that? The way that supply goes around really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Who owns Tanzania? Still owned by Australia, and New Zealand is still untouched too. I could theoretically go over and take Tasmania. Did that give me anything? No. New Zealand isn't terrible. That could be a good idea. And if I got Tasmania, that would give me a launching point for the rest. It's worth a thought. Like maybe no, because I really need all my troops over here. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode. In between episodes, we will continue waiting for these guys to queue up. And next episode, we will start attacking North America. It's going to become a thing. And basically, same thing as South America. Japan is down here keeping them busy. And we come in a different place and take them out. That's the idea. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe below. And I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.